Hello, and thanks for stopping by. This is another chapter in our never-ending story of the BDST. Uh, any of you who've been following along know that we took and ran into a problem. The first problem we ran into is we were having distortion problems that our beta testers found. So I took and went back and redesigned the RF input circuit and eliminated the distortion problem. But then another of the beta testers took and found that when you connected the test lead to certain parts of the IF chain, it was really loading the circuit down. And so I started experimenting around. I took and found that just the act of connecting the coax, even if the coax wasn't connected to anything, was loading the circuit down. I took and measured, and the coax acts like about a 200 picofarad capacitor, just shorting the RF to ground. So I got to thinking, you go and you look at any of the old signal tracers, the Heathkit, the ICO, any of them or whatever, they all come with test leads, or test probes. And usually with the switch on them, they go from between RF and AF and stuff like that, but always with a probe. And now I see why. By putting the RF demodulation circuit up in the probe end, all you're taking down the coax is the audio signal, which isn't affected at all by the capacitance. So I started looking around. Of course, everybody's familiar with, this diagram here. This shows an exploded view of the old Heathkit. This was the one with the T4. And really, they kept using the same thing. It's the same basic circuit here in the 5283. And all it is for RF demodulation is this. They use a germanium diode and a 1 nanofarad capacitor. Well, we've tried using that in the past, and I took and tried it again, up at the end of the coax, and it reintroduced our distortion problem. So I started looking around at different designs. I saw this one here. This uses a resistor divider and a crystal diode or whatever. I took and tried that. It was still distorted or whatever. And then I took and went and found another signal tracer that uses a JFET front end, and it had a probe based on this design with a 100 picofarad capacitor coming in, 1N4148 to ground, 15K resistor, and then a 1 nanofarad to ground. And I put this together, and it loads the circuit slightly, but about the same as the T4 does, because you can't touch the circuit without doing some loading, but the other one, just using the plain coax, which is dropping it right down. So this does about the same level as the T4 did, and with no distortion. And this is what it looks like made up on a breadboard. I just took a little piece of breadboard and put it together so I could take and clip on to do some testing. And at the end of this video, I'll take and show you a little demo that I took and taped to show that the distortion's gone with it. So what I'm going to be working on now is actually designing the probe. I'm thinking of probably using PVC piping and stuff like that. And my initial design, what I'm planning on doing is having a probe tip on one end and a BNC connector on the other end of the probe. And then you can just take and use any length of BNC to BNC cable that you want in between them. So we'll keep everybody posted on how it's going. Like I said, there's going to be a little short demo here of it. Thanks for stopping by, and have a nice day.
And of course, Carl has no retort for that. He didn't make the decision to play the video, but it's his network, and he reported it. So here's the deal. Turkey has agreed to work with the United States as an ally to fight against ISIS together.